Hello everybody, it's the National Geographic. How we all doing? In this video, we're looking at another top 5 camp locations. As ever, if you like the video after watching, please consider hitting that like button, and if you're feeling extra spicy, you may even hit that subscribe button too. Anyway, let's jump into it. The first location is in the Toxic Valley, and it's just down from Becker Farm near that cow's arse. Can you see it there? Fantastic news. What we have here is 2 pre-war houses that you can build inside of. Simply lovely. They're in relatively good condition and the interiors are actually really clean, but we'll take a look at that in a second. The larger of the 2 houses is this green and white one here, and like I say, they are in really good nick to be fair to them. On the ground floor, we've got our usual generic pre-war furniture, very nice, as well as a bar area and a chemistry bench. I like free workbenches, just saves you pissing around building them yourself. On the next level, we've got this little landing area, again, more pre-war furniture. There's a bedroom at the back, and yes, you can sleep in it, and there's also a bathroom. The only strange thing is the walls don't actually go up to the roofs, and the rooms actually don't have roofs full stop. You can literally just jump out of one into the other. The next house is smaller, but again, it's in very good condition. It's got an intact roof, there's no walls blown out, and it's got a nice little porch area on front of it. Inside, it's pretty similar. Again, you've got a little kitchen area and a living room. Upstairs, you've got a little bedroom area. Again, the beds can be slept in, they're fully working, so that's a nice little touch, I suppose. And much like the first house, it's not got too much shit in it. It's quite a clean area. There's also an NPC spawn here. I got a random travelling trader. Not quite sure what she sold, but it would have been some overpriced tat. All in all, if you don't mind your scenery looking like a Tony Montana cocaine party, this location's brilliant for you. Next up, we have a location in the Mire, and thank you to my good friend Lobby76 for showing me this one. As you can see, the main feature of the location is this river. It's absolutely stunning. Personally, I'm not a massive fan of building in the Mire. The lighting has always been a massive put off for me, it's always very orange. But there's no denying, this location is absolutely fantastic. The terrain is a little bit like that Venga Boys song, you know, up and down. But with a little bit of ingenuity, you can get a camp down that won't defy the laws of physics, i.e. it won't be floating 87 foot up in the air. If you fancy a bit of a challenge, rather than just building on nice flat land, maybe take a look at this place. I reckon if you could overcome the terrain here, you'd have a really special camp at the end of it. For this one, we're just down from Fort Atlas. It's just a little shack. The shack itself isn't too brilliant. There's nothing much in there. There's a couple of beds and a broken bed for no apparent reason. But the really nice little thing about it is the farming area at the back of it. It's got a truck buried in the ground, as well as a truck bed and a little Willis Jeep over to the side here, which I think is quite nice actually. I've not seen any other locations that have that. The land around it is relatively flat, so you could build it up into like a little pre-existing farmstead, you know, a couple of windmill generators, maybe some of the prefabs from the atomic shop. I don't know, I'm just throwing ideas at you. There's also a random spawn here. On this occasion, I got these 2 idiots bickering, but before that, I've had a trader. I think they were selling rare claws, I could be wrong. And no doubt, if you choose to camp in this location, you probably will encounter one of the roaming traders. Here, we're just down from the Southern Belle Motel, I do believe it's called. Jesus, that rolls off the tongue nicely. It's another spot on a river. I'm actually really surprised at the amount of nice spots with water that I'm finding in the Mire at the moment. No TNG, you shouldn't be surprised considering the Mire is a bloody swamp. But anyway, let's move on, I'll stop arguing with myself. There's actually 2 places in this whole location which I found interesting. First up, we have this little dam thing here, and while it's not a massive platform to build on, you could put up some form of watchtower, or alternatively, you could use it as like a bridge or a gateway entrance to some form of military construction. I don't know, again, I'm just giving you some ideas. The next spot is just under this bridge here. It's literally a stone's throw away from the dam area, and if you like pretending you're a troll, this place is brilliant for you. I'd be leaning more towards some form of military style build here, but it's entirely up to you. I did come across a random encounter under here with some people pretending to be Brotherhood soldiers. I mean, I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they died, long story short. Anyway, let's crack on. And last but not least, we have a location in the ash heap. This one is a bit of a risk. There is enemies that spawn here, and sometimes it is a death claw. As you can see though, it's a pretty nice pre-existing structure. I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to be. It looks like some form of like office, something along them lines, but when you look inside of it, it looks like an house. I don't know. Either way, it's a solid base for a camp. The interior is full of crap. It's not the best. There is a little living room here, there is a little kitchen, but as you get further back towards the opposite end of the building, it does start going down the shitter a little bit. There's mud. It's not nice. Personally, I think it'd do well as some form of compound build. You could put the new defensive walls around it, for example, and it'd fit in really nicely. Or you could just be a lazy bugger and slap down some workbenches and just live inside the house itself. Deathclaw aside, it is a pretty decent structure. And like I said about the cultist shrine in my last video, I think, sometimes you've just got to face the enemies if you want some decent camp locations, because a lot of them do have enemies spawning in them. Anyway, that's it from me guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video and you've got some ideas from it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next one. Have fun guys.